Right, well there's the width cut off, you can see there and there. Now, if you're wondering why I did it in 2 hits, because yeah, theoretically you could just chop the door straight to one side, just knock off the 40mm you need, 50mm sorry. But what I wanted to do is look at the top of the door, look. See this little bit? There's still plenty of that either side, plenty of that either side. So if I chopped 50mm off one side, I'll be just into the parkour door, which is alright, it's a fire door, but it just even stevens it up and it just makes it a bit nicer. So that is it now trimmed down to 710mm. So I want to get those two 20mm on, so that's 740, so 750, which is perfect. My maths does work. If, by the way, you watch these videos and you go, that doesn't make any sense, you said, so just remember I'm doing this live and it's kind of, I trip over numbers sometimes because I'm just in the middle of it. So what I'm going to do now is, I'll get my size piece of cedar cut. So that'll be the width of the door, which is 42mm, plus 20mm, which will poke it up about there. So I'll get those two sides bits cut, and I'll get the base bit cut, and then it's rock and rolling time then. It's getting exciting. Right, trimming done. So now you can see, two side pieces ready to rock and roll. Base plate as well. So what I'm going to do is stick that in there like that. It's my little go-to just to kind of keep it in place, make sure everything looks lovely and jubbly. That'll then mean I will then pull this down, grid of glue, not expanding, just normal, all across that joint, obviously all across that bottom joint there, and then what I'll do is use my 16 gauge stainless steel brads in this, fire into the bottom, job done. That holds that in place. Now, when you're putting the side bits on, right, pay attention and think about where your latch is going to go and where your hinges are going to go, because what you don't want to do is put nails where they're going to be, because that just makes your life a bit of a pain in the arse a bit later on, because they're going to be in the way and you have to chisel them out and then you damage your chisel, and it's just a whole thing really. We can't be bothered with that. So what you're going to do is figure out where your hinges are going to go, mark to one side. So this is going to be my hinge side here. I'll mark where the hinges are going to be, and I'll make sure I don't fire any brads into that section. Same for the latch. Oh yeah, I've done this before. Right, I'll get that to fit, I'll show you that, and we'll crack on. So, they're all glued on and all that kind of stuff now, which is beautiful. What I've done is, what you're going to work out is, like I say, this is going to be my hinge side this way. I want to make sure that basically this piece is going to line up with my top piece. So this is what I mean. Come with me on a mini adventure. No, I didn't hurt my leg. What are you, crazy? Oh. So I want to make sure that kind of this top part here, so you kind of run in the lines, you know, within reason, in line with the door. So you don't just start off with a full one and just hope that it works. You know, try and keep it in line with that, which will make it a bit easier. So I kind of got the measurements, worked it all out, done that. So they're about, what did I say, about 12 centimeters this bit. So I now know that that one, the first one coming off, that'll be in line with that top bit, which is beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is get this one fit. And again, all I'm gonna do is rinse and repeat what I've just done before with the sides. Basically flip it on its arse, because you don't like that. Run a load of glue at the back edge, and then nail it in place, hidden nailing. I'll show you that in a second as well. Aren't you lucky? And then nail it into place. So what I've done is, secret hidden nailed it. So basically just go through the bottom part. Don't fire through the top, because you'll block off where this needs to slide. So make sure it's in that point. Or if you're doing it the other way around, so say you've got this part available, just fire it in through there at an angle, job done. So you can just see, just hit it there, out of the way of the groove, ready to rock and roll. Also on the end, because it's on the end, fire some in this section. Again, making sure to avoid where you know the hinges are going to go and stuff like that, because again, we're going to make our life difficult now, do we? And then from this point forward, it's full boards until we get to the other end. And I'll show you what to do with the last one, because that one sometimes can be a little bit tricky, but I'll show you why and how to get over it. Also, when you line up your next one ready to go in, what I'll do is I'll drop it in, just by don't click it into place. Then I'll do a pencil mark down the whole length. I do that so now I know roughly where to glue, so I don't over glue where I don't need to at this point. So yeah, another little top tip. If you have a board that doesn't want to kind of go all the way back and just is a bit stuck trying to get it in place, grab yourself an off cut of wood, grab a bit, put it up against the edge, never hit the one you want to keep. Give it a tap to close up the gap, job's a good one, nail it, rinse and repeat. So the last final piece, basically measure it as wide as it needs to be, obviously. Slide it into the end, start feeding it down. Now, it will get tight the further you go, so what I do is I put a bit of glue, you can see just a little bit, because as I push this down, I don't want it to just build up a load of glue and just shove it everywhere, which will pain in the bum. Just do a little bit, tack it all the way down to that point, and then start again. What you're gonna have to do is physically grab it and get it down as much as you can once you kind of get to that point, which I've already got, hammer, end, and just basically work it all the way down. Most of the catching monkey. You know, see, I've left the off cuts of these because what I'll do is once these are all in place, I'll put a mark across it and I just shove them all off at the same point, and they're all exactly the same cut as opposed to doing them individually. So it doesn't matter if I welt this bare end because this is not going to be my actual end because it'll be cut. So what I'm going to do is keep whacking it until I get it down to the glue area. Here we go. And now you can see bit of welting, and I'm now down to there, so I'll put a bit more glue in it and I'll do the last 2/3, and that'll be that one in place, and I'll show you how to finally secure it. It's looking good though, isn't it? So there it is, there's the last piece now in, done and dusted. What I've done is obviously it's all glued it in, and I just put some nails across here now, again missing like the hinges and all that kind of stuff, just to pin that in place. I'll drag it down a bit now away from the wall, fasten pins in the bottom edge of those, and then trim the overhangs at the top, and there's one cedar cladded door. Beautiful. And there again, me holding it up in place, but matches with the top beautifully all the way down onto the threshold. Look at that. I mean, look at it. These moments I go, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, so now I'll get the hinges on. The client hasn't provided me a latch yet, so I'll do a temporary latch with a nail later, but I'll get the hinges on and get this bad boy hung. Going in. Done. Hinged. Opens beautifully, closes beautifully, so once we get that nice new latch, that'll keep it closed, which is going to be quite useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some batten down the inside of here, just to kind of keep the door closed, so I don't want it to like swing in and open and close in the wind, and then ripping off the hinges, because that'd be a right pain in the arse. These hinges, by the way, are their Parliament hinges. These guys, I think, what was that, 64 kilograms, I think a pair of these would take, which is great because the door itself weighs 25 plus the Western cedar, so well within spec for that. So happy day. So if you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I'll be back here on Monday to crack on, and Monday, let me see, Monday, so I'm putting some gutter up on Monday around the back, getting some Western cedar on the front, and fitting the skirting inside. So all exciting stuff, all the finishing bits and pieces to really make it look absolutely gorgeous. So have a nice weekend. I'll see you soon.